Hello and welcome back to Marineford TCG. My name's Joe. Drink of the day is a room temperature Red Bull because I forgot to put it in the fridge. And today I've been playing some Purple Black Luffy. So this is the next leader that I was most excited to play out of the new starter decks. This is my initial build. I'm not going to be doing a full deck breakdown. I will hover over the cards briefly while I speak, so if you want to pause and read them, that's fine. This build I think is fairly sort of mid-range, lower to the ground, not opting for Nika. Opting for more of the 6-cost Rush Luffy. I think he's better into things like Blackbeard, which could be a real threat this format. This Beer Luffy is really the card that makes the entire deck function now. It's almost to the same degree as that which Sanji and Pudding is for Green Purple Luffy. They feel fairly similar, but being a 7,000 power leader, man. I mean, that's pretty crazy, right? That's pretty crazy. It's like half of a BY. Again, whilst these cards are brand new to everyone, please go easy on misplays, both mine and my opponents. We're all learning these cards. There's been not even any Eastern gameplay. So these are really some of my first games with these decks. List, obviously, I'm sure will change very much once I've had a chance to play more games, get more reps, and play against some of the other top meta leaders. Because on the dev build, people are really playing the decks that are buffed by this. There's not many people playing non-buffed decks on the dev build. It is what it is. Either way, if you enjoy this video, do consider leaving a like and subscribe. And here's the games. Managed to find someone playing Blue Yellow Nami. That's pretty cool. We're going first. Obviously, I prefer Zoro, but we do have Robin. We don't have anything to ramp to. But Law can maybe get us something. So I think I'll keep. I think we have to take the Beer Luffy. This is, like, good, but it's not good on curve because you can't return 2 cards. So I'm just going to take the Beer Luffy, then we'll pass. Next time we'll go with our Robin and get a bit of aggression in. Sure. Yeah, we'll go with our Robin, return 2, game 1, game 1, game 1. Then just hit him with a 7. He'll likely take this one. Yep. Pass it over. He's got 8 cards in hand, so unless he has something to play, we're going to take this one because he's not going to get a draw. I like to take early anyway, but he's not going to get a draw, which is really important. Should have done this first. If you did this first, you'd have got a draw. Oh, he's going to do it anyway. Ignore me. He gets the draw anyway. Completely ignore me. What an idiot. Right, well, it's looking just like, again, I'd like a different, like, 5 or 6 cost. Or do we ever go with, like, there's no point going multiple Zoros, right? Because it's Nami. It's Nami, they just go big. They just go big. We don't have anything to play after this Luffy, though. There's no way for him to bounce it because we make it a 7 cost. He's not playing Sables. It's just him with 6. We'll just get a leader effect. Nothing crazy, but we get the Beer Luffy on the board. Never mind, he's going to take and use the trigger. Sure. I don't care. 6 Don, who knows? 6k, we'll go... the Maria might be more... I don't think we're ever playing the Robin at this point. The Maria, maybe. The Robin, I don't think so. Another Kikunojo, sure. Another Kikunojo. I'm going to take... I'm looking for something to do on this turn. We just don't have anything to do. Which ain't great. I guess we can just play this Zoro. He's just a guy. He's a guy. We can leave one open for Giant. I don't really want to do Don -2 though, do I? Yeah, I guess we'll play the Zoro. Just do Don -1. And restand 1. Attack him with this. Do Don -2. Then he uses his leader effect, and then we use our leader effect. Sure. Cool. Interesting. So he trashed an Odin. Okay, so he is playing the Odin. That's interesting. I would expect people to not be playing the Odin, simply because it's not out yet. But here we are. So that's 7. That's 9 with Robin, and then we can do 9 with leader. That's kind of ridiculous pressure, you know? I do kind of want to keep one Don open for the Giant. Just in case. Because we need to protect our beer Luffy. 7. Maybe we go 8 with Robin and 9 with Leader. Let's do that. I'm gonna hold one for the Giant, even though I don't really want to Giant. We can't lose our beer Luffy. He's too powerful. Gonna give us 2k. No, don't use the attach all Dons button. And then we'll go 9. Really nice aggression, then we'll pass it over. We've got one open for our Giant. Like I say, I don't want to do it, because I want to potentially do this Luffy next turn. He's really good. But, if I have to protect my beer, I will. Don't come between a man and his beer. So he's on 8. 6 into 4, yeah, you can have the Robin. I don't care about her. It's funny, because if he wants to play on curve, you just can't hit us. You just can't, if he wants to play like 8 cost kid, you just can't hit us. 7 into 7, we'll say absolutely not. This is for 6. 6, mum? Maybe? 6, mum? Don't know. A big swing with Kikunojo, 12 into 7? That would be brutal. That would make us use our Giant. I will do it, though. I'm not afraid. This guy can't die. This is the deck. It's like Sanji Pudding in the green-purple Luffy, right? This guy is the deck. Okay, Nekomamushi. Nojiko bounces the Zoro. Sure. Not sure how I feel about that one. I can't lie. Let's go with this. Just going to do Don -1, because we're doing Don -2 with this. We're drawn to a 2k, that's nice. We'll go 7 at lead. Turn 2. He can choose whether he wants to use his leader effect. We'll gain 1 active and 1 rested. Then you're going to counter this one. We're going to swing 8, and this is looking very promising. Yep. Then we're going to swing 10. Getting down to 0. Cool. So we've got one open. We will protect our guys once more. I'm not really sure. Okay, he's on like a 1-0 build. That's confirmation. I have wanted to try a 1-0 build. I'm not sure it's getting him here in this match. This beer Luffy is just ridiculous. Yeah, and he just leaves. I mean, you can't blame him, right? What was he supposed to do? We're just at 7k forever. So his leader effect doesn't really do anything. Because this hits at base for 7. And then this hits at base for 7. He had one turn to try and get rid of this. The turn where I was talking about he could have slammed 12 with Kiku. And forced us to use like a really bad Giant. He didn't do it. He played out on Nekomamushi, which I don't think was the right call. But, hey. It is what it is. This deck's just kind of good. I'm going to give him to Buggy, and I'm going to take first. We see a ramp. We see something to ramp to. Obviously, won't get his effect on the turn he comes down, but it's still pretty good. Just having him on the board. So I think I'm going to keep this one. We've even got our event that we can do. Potentially look for a Sanji. No Sanji. We'll just grab the black Sanji, I mean. We'll just grab the secret Luffy. We'll need him later. Then we'll pass over to our opponents, see if they've got any searchers, anything crazy going on. Next time, we're going to just keep it simple. Ramp up with our Zoro. Cool, he is a Mr. 3. We'll get a little bit of information about his hand from that, which is always nice. So the thing to be careful of this guy with this Zoro is that the promo Buggy obviously shuts him off, which is not amazing. He gets a Carbagy 2k. Okay, that's nothing game changing. We'll use the card action. Send back 2. Game 1, game 1, game 1. Then just slam in for 7. Keep it simple. And he's never going to counter that. And then we'll just pass it over. So on 4, the best thing they can sort of do is like Pilaf or play out one of their 4 costs. Alvida is pretty strong. The other one's not so crazy, you know? Our hand is looking remarkably counterless. Which is not amazing. Okay, this is a little bit spooky, you know? So if we do this, we ramp. We go back. We play this. We have 3 Don left. But we ramp 2 more active. So we have 5. It doesn't really do anything for us. This being a 2k is nice. We could just go with the Rush Luffy now. He's really not that bad. Or we can get the Beer Luffy down. I think I'm going to get the Beer Luffy down. So that's going to restand 1 Don. Obviously, we're not going to go to 7,000. But we still get to restand 1 Don and put 1 Don on our dude. So let's swing 5 with the Zoro. And then we'll play out the Beer Luffy. And then next turn, we've got the choice of like Kata or this Rush Luffy or Sanji. If he plays out something like a Buggy into a Mihawk, we can Sanji to rest his Mihawk, which can be pretty useful. I'm just going to go with this. We're not going to get any effect out of that because our opponent is not on 5 Don. But we will still swing for 6 and get that effect where our characters cost 1 more. So if he has something that bounces to 6, maybe a Jozu, that's not going to work now. He does take down to 3 after countering that Zoro swing with the Mr. 1. So we're going to see a swing of 6 almost certainly. And then we'll see him do something for 5. Some kind of combo. We'll just have to see. This Moji, not a blocker yet. If he plays out exactly either the Crocodile into like another Mr. 1 or the Buggy into a Mihawk, that will turn the blocker effect of Moji online. If he goes with the Croc Hawk, Moji's not going to be online. Unless he has like the Giga combo with the Croc Hawk into the 4-cost Buggy into the 6-cost Mihawk. We're waiting here. He's working out what he wants to do. If he swings into my Zoro, I'm going to give him a 2k. Because if he's about to play the Buggy promo, there's absolutely no reason to swing into this Zoro. Well, he does it first, gives us the knowledge. That's fine. Croc Hawk, going to play out Carbagy. Another blocker that's not yet a blocker. Pretty interesting. See what our opponent goes for here. Just going to go with a 6 by the looks of it. 6 here, probably. Regardless, we've got a 2k. Yeah. I will 2k this one. And I'm thinking next turn... I'm thinking what I want to do. I'm thinking maybe Kata this turn, you know? Just to get a whole bunch of defense going. And then for him to Buggy... No, he can't Buggy next turn even. Well, he can Buggy, but it won't stick. Yeah, so let's 2k out of this one. We want to get as much aggression as possible into Buggy, because you need to tax their cards. If you let them just have a million cards in hand, you're cooked. You're absolutely cooked. So let's start with a 5. And these are not blockers. Don't forget, these are not blockers just yet, because he has only one 5-cost or higher character. Some kind of trigger. Didn't use it. Whatever it was, he didn't want to do it. So I'm going to go with the Kata here. Then we're going to swing 7. Don -2. Restand 1 and 1 rested. And then this Luffy gets to 7,000 power. And this Kata is going to potentially make it really, really easy for us to defend our stuff. He's got another trigger that he's not using. I'm a little perplexed. So I'd love to use this Don for lore, right? And dig for maybe a 2k. But we can't afford to. Because if there's not a Don on our leader, we are very punished by Raging Tiger. So I'm just going to swing 8. And he's likely to counter this one because going down to 0 already... Whoa, okay. Well, we can't restand anything because these are not Big Mum Pirates. But we can gain a rested Don. And this guy's at 0 already. I mean, he's got 10 cards in hand. So he's not like... It's not like we're just winning on the spot. But that's kind of crazy. You know? I'm not sure how I feel about that. Surely he's going to be able to at least put these 2 blockers online this turn, which will be really good for him. But now that we've got this Kata online as well, if we do 2 Don -2 effects, for example, if we were to do this and then this, he's going with that, trash the Mr. 1. We at least stay at like 9 Don, right? We stay at 9. So if we had a giant, we could potentially use it. We don't, but there's another Croc Hawk. Okay, draw 2, trash 1. Keeping up the card economy, very, very nice. So he's going to discard a Mihawk. What's he going to play off this Croc Hawk? What are we playing off this Croc Hawk, sir? Another little chump blocker, perhaps? Alvida. Alvida could be pretty good for cycling out bricks. So all it says to me, he doesn't have that many bricks, though, because he's been trashing these Mr. 1s. And they're 1Ks, and if he had like a ton of bricks, like the promo buggies or whatever, you'd think he would discard those in... He's not... Wow. That's crazy. Well, we're going to be giving up both these 1Ks anyway. If we give the 2 1Ks now, then this blocks this guaranteed, wherever it goes. Otherwise, if we block 1k now, this can take out the Zoro. So we're going to give up both the 1ks now. Wish we had a 2k, but what can you do? What can you do? Yeah, and then this just gets blocked. So he doesn't even bother swinging with this. Yeah. There's a 2k. So we're definitely going with this. That's a given. That's 6. In reality, it's 8. Because I don't want to restand it. That's 8 Don. We're going to get one more for free off of this. I don't have a giant. I think this is likely to be just swinging 5 anyway. I very much doubt he takes the free block with Carbagy. Because that's one of his blockers gone, and then we can just rest this blocker. So, yeah, he gives us a pudding there. That's fine. We'll go with this. We can afford to go 9-9 with this at the end. So let's do this first. Return to game 1, game 1. Hit him with a 7. I should have put at least... I should potentially... No, there's no triggers. There's no triggers. I'm flipping out about nothing. He's on 0 life. Of course there's no triggers. Stupid. Stupid. Right. Let's go 8. Because we can potentially do 10-10 with this, right? Which is pretty good. So he's got to counter this 8. He's going to block. Well, if he was going to block that 8, maybe he'll block this 8. We might just win here, right? Even if we don't, we're not in a bad position. Okay, well now you've got to counter 2 9s. I'm going all out. Sure. Yeah, and that was it. Yeah, he was picked up for real. Why were you not discarding these bricks, bro? Like, you're trashing the Mr. ones. They say 1000 counter, and like I don't think it would have helped him in this exact scenario because our aggression was just ridiculous. But even so, yeah, I can't help feeling that you should have been trashing these bricks. But we're all new with these decks though, so you know it can't be too harsh. I'm just pleased that was a nice win over Buggy. Got a mirror. I have absolutely no idea how this is gonna go. We are passing. The Sandy should be alright, right? Maybe? I feel like he just wins because he went first. But we'll see. 7 on 5. Yes. No trigger. Now, hear me out. Hear me out. We don't ramp. Because this... if he can't play this if we don't have 5 Don. And I think this coming down is going to be the key. Well, he can play it, but he can't get the effect. So I think we don't ramp here. So I'm going to go 6. Yeah. I don't know. Well, I'm going to try this out. I'm going to try this out. No idea if this is right or wrong. Use card action. Turn 1, which is 0 optional. Game 1 active. Then we'll do this. Lightning could be alright. Rush Luffy. A little underwhelming. I don't really want either of these. Can't lie. I think the Rush Luffy could be good in a couple of turns here. Let's take him. Let's take him. I'm not convinced on the lightning. The lightning hits like exactly his Zoro. Because we're just sitting at 7 for like the whole game, right? 5 and 5. We'll give him 1k here. Don't know how big this is going to be. Probably only 6, but you never know. You never know. Frankie. Sure, why not? Gonna get a little bit of a cycle going. Trash is a law. That's a weird one to trash, right? Searches are always really nice. Especially if you've got spare Don. 5 and 5, yeah, I'll take another one. Rush Luffy's nice. Okay, he's got another 5. I don't really want to take another one. I guess we'll give one of the Sanjis. It's not optimal, though. And this hand is fucking balls. Look at this. This is terrible. Let's go 5 and 5. I doubt you saved this. I lied. What a time to be alive. Let's play this. Return to game one. Bang bang. 7 lead. And then he'll take. Because if he wants to put 2 Don on this Zoro, whatever. No trigger. Looked like there was a trigger. Maybe a lightning. Maybe something like a lightning. Because the event you always trigger. Okay, he's on more of a removal board. Focus build. Top knot. He's playing. Yeah, this is. Okay. Removal Luffy versus non-removal Luffy. That's... I thought we were done with this build. I guess not, though. That's interesting. Reading's hard. Sure. That's a certified reading is hard moment if ever I've seen one. I mean, we can just remove his Frankie now, right? It's really not that bad. We could. Yeah, we can even go with Zoro and Frankie. That seems strong. Sorry, Zoro and Sanji. Man, reading may be hard, but speech, that's the real kicker. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of him. Do you want to keep one open for Giant? I kind of do. You know? I kind of do. He can rush here. And our counter is very, very low. I'm not going to. I'm going to swing 7 into the Zoro. I'm going to get rid of the Zoro. Cool. He's on 10, but he's only got 5 cards. He's not in an amazing position. We'll see what happens. This could be 9 for Rush Luffy is what I'm sort of expecting. The removal to get rid of our beard Luffy, that was quite cool. I did like that. We'll go with the Black Maria there. And then, yeah, this is looking... Okay, it's 6 cost Luffy. Sure. Okay, there's going to be some pretty crazy aggression. Are we restanding? We are restanding. Very nice. And well, we're not doing anything with that. We can't counter that either. Double Giant in hand. What do we do here? What do we do here? I think what we do here is start with 5. Start with a simple 5. If you're going to take the 5, that's a little crazy. 6, 7, 8. Yeah. See that long counter. We can pull the trigger. Okay. So we're going to return 2. We want to hold 2 open. We're going to get 1 back active. We can swing 8-8 into this. It's terrible. Or we can just pull the trigger and go 9-10. I think we just lose regardless, you know? I'm not liking it. If we go 9-9 into this, there's a better chance that we can clear it. But we only have 1 giant, which isn't enough. What's the chance this 8 actually goes through, right? I think we're fucked. Let's try this. Just hope his hand is really bad. Maybe. Let's it go. Let's it go. Do we attack again? I think the answer to that is no. I think the answer to that is no. That was interesting. Maybe that 1 Don was just a bluff. Who knows? We don't even necessarily get out of a 13. We are relying on, admittedly, only getting 1k counter off 2 giants. Yeah, sure. Use this. 1, 2. Trashing. Beer Luffy. Buff this. Giant. -2. Trashing Brush Luffy. Buff this. We did just about get there. We counted out of his 15. What a time to be alive. And that is GG. Gamers, that's GG. Yeah, I'm pleased with that win. I am pleased with that win. We'll go 7 with Sanji. I'm going to put a Don on my leader just in case there's anything crazy comes up. Go 7 with leader. And then the rest all on this. Yeah, GG's. Was there anything he could have done differently in that situation? Not really. He can't remove this. He had the giant. Unless this came off the life. I'm guessing that came off the life, right? Yeah, because if he could have protected the Rush Luffy, he definitely would have. See, I'm guessing this came off the life. Maybe he just had 1k with the Frankie and he knew that the dude was fucked. And for what it's worth, even if he had this, the 2 cards he was gonna draw into potentially were a brick and this beer Luffy. So he wouldn't have been able to save it and he'd have lost his giant. So I think we actually had that one in the back. That was kind of wild. He had such a crazy early game. Removing the beer Luffy was interesting. I don't know if I think that's good. But it certainly was cool. Put a game into Buggy. He's gone first. Got Zoro into Sanji. I mean, the Sanji can at least maybe remove something that he plays. Not seeing the Luffy, though. I'm going to mulligan for the Luffy. Okay, we get the Luffy. That's nice. That is good. Mr. 3. Very nice. This is Buggy's best curve by far. Buggy's first curve, so much better than Buggy's second curve. It's crazy. However, we've at least got our Luffy on curve, which is nice. He's just got a crocodile. We got a Law. That's a nice little piece. Sadly, can't take Giant, right? Yeah. Only can take Sanji here, actually. I'll pass it over. I could have put a Don on leader. It's whatever. He's not going to be affecting our 1 costs, I suspect. Pilaf. Very nice. Keeping it simple. I like it. And there is a risk of triggers hitting this, but I'm not sure the risk is that great. And here we can actually do 5-5. 5-5 into Buggy is very annoying, because it costs them at least a card. And Buggy needs his cards. Buggy needs his cards. Yeah, he's going to go down to 2 already. That's pretty nice for us. 5 Don here. We'll see what combo he plays. Yeah, you got that one. You win the Weenie War. We'll take... No, we can counter 1 here. No, we could just take, because we're going to be a 7k leader next turn. Trashes the Cross Guild event, plays out the Croc Hawk. Very nice. Trashes another Cross Guild event, plays out Buggy. He looks like he has the Giga combo, which is pretty strong. Yep, trashes another Croc Hawk, plays out a Mihawk. Yeah, very nice. Trashes another Croc Hawk, so he's used a lot of resources there, though, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards hit the trash. Quite funny. We're going to go with our Beer Luffy. Returning 2. Game 1 active, 1 rested. We can swing 7-7, but I really want to put a Don on leader. Because otherwise, this can be hit by, like, Raging Tiger. So we're just going to swing in for 9 here. And then pass. Cool. Keeping it simple. No point swinging with Zoro. He's got the Mihawk. If he'd blocked our 9 and countered the 9, well, then we can swing with the Zoro. But until that point, there's no need. Next turn, we've got sort of a few different options. Sanji, not really great. So Law currently looking like the best thing we've got. I'd love to see something good off the top. We're going to see another Buggy effect. That's the 4th Croc Hawk. Interesting. Ditching a Rice, playing out Alvida. Okay, he's had a good setup here. Buggy coming down as soon as next turn. Very scary. Trashing a Buggy promo and a Mihawk. We're going to see 7-7. Don't know if he'll swing with this one. We'll counter out one of these for sure. We never need 2 Black Marias. That in fact it doesn't work, right? Doesn't swing with anything else. Interesting. So this is definitely looking like a Buggy play next turn. I mean, it has to be. It simply has to be. We don't have much going on. I can't lie. We can establish the Sanji, try and kill the Alvida. He won't let us, but we could still remove something. Let's go with when you're at sea, you can fight against pirates. This Sanji's great. That Sanji's strong. This Sanji's going to let us rest the Mihawk, which is really clutch. So we're going to go with this. Use the card action. Just on -1. Turn 0 optional. Rest this. Then we're going to go 5 with the Zoro first. Let's get a little 1k out of him. Very nice. Then we'll go 7 with this. Turn 2. Game 1, game 1. Put him up to 9. Okay, it gives us the 1k, 2k, 1k, 2k, 1k. Not bad. We can try and take this out. Let's go 7. 7 here. Nine here. Cool. This is going to force him to have a 4 cost as well as his Buggy, which he may well, but he's just given us, what, quite a lot of them. 4, in fact. You want to swing 5 and 5? Do I want to defend this? Let me think. Do I want to defend this? If it turns his 7s away, at least one of them, I mean, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. I feel this is gone. Can't lie. If these are just 7s, it's just 1k, 1k, that's fine. I mean, it's 2k, 2k, because we don't have any 1ks. Other than this Law, who is still the best card in our hand. Yeah, no, you're not having that. Not at all. You're still not having it. We don't need the Robin. Robin a bank. Then we're going to see a 4 cost and then a Buggy, I presume. He does have Alvida. That's a really good one, actually. Digital Pudding, yeah, that's rubbish. And one more, but then he's going to have to trash this. This is Buggy, so he's only going to have 2 cards in hand. Wait, is that... Oh, he'd already trashed 2. Sure. Okay. We get a Giant. Yeah, this hand is not good, right? This hand is simply not good. He has 3 cards. What's he been trashing? He trashed, like... Mr. 3, a bunch of 1Ks. So he's got to have some 2Ks in his hand. Probably at least one more 10 cost. He's down at 19 cards already, which is ridiculous, can I add? We can just go with the Sanji. It's not bad, but we can also just go with the Law for a blocker. Likely necessary. I think we want to apply pressure here. And develop a blocker. Let's go with this first. It doesn't matter what we send back. Draw a card. That's nice for next turn. That is nice. This is not going to be at 7 though, which is scary. I think we'll go 7 here. If we can force him down to 0 and he only plays out 1 blocker, we're not in a bad spot. He can go for lethal and probably should. Yeah. We'll give the Robin first. Gotta remember he can bottom deck this, but it does cost 5 Don, right? Costs 5. Okay, he does bottom deck it. Right. What swings does he decide on? 9, 9, 6, 12? We can counter the 6, we can counter at 9, so we should be okay if that's the case. 7, 7, 8, 9, 12? Well, we can counter an 8 regardless. He can't do 2 9s, so we can take the 7. What does this do? No. No trigger on that one. He wants to keep his options open so that he can play a blocker, I think, here. Is that enough? No, it's not enough if he goes all in. Shit. Oh, I should have left an extra Don open, man. Bugger! Should have left another Don open. Didn't do the maths. Should have left 2 open. Because if we'd left 2 open, we just win there. With that giant coming out of life. That was a good game, though. That was a good game. Yeah, punished for my greed. Should have left 1 more Don open. I didn't do the maths properly. And I mean, the life and the giant giving us 2k counter between 3 cards was also pretty bad. But hey, it was a good game. Well played to our opponent. So thank you for watching. Let me know, what do you think of the deck? What do you think of the list? I think this guy really has a chance to be a tier 1 threat this set. The Beer Luffy, this card's insane. Like, being a 7k leader just forever for no cost, man, it's kind of cracked. Let me know where you're going with your build. There's a whole bunch of different cards you can play in this. I'll rattle off some of them now. 5-cost Sabo, I've seen. Nika. 4-cost Frankie, of course, is a classic of Purple Black Luffy. The Robin blocker from EBO2. I've seen Queen. I've seen all sorts of cards in this, really. This is just sort of where I am at the minute. Going to be loads of different ways to build this. And I'm really excited to get cooking with this guy a little bit more. Either way, thank you for watching. If you did enjoy, again, please do consider leaving a like and subscribe to the channel. Really helps me out. And I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.